Yo! Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for part 3 of central mid positioning. This time we're going to be talking about the central mid and their responsibilities off the ball. This is another episode that has been brought to you by Ball Talent. If you are a player, if you are involved in a club, if you are looking to get yourself noticed by the top professional scouts in the world, go check out Ball Talent. Put yourself on the map and take yourself to the next level. Let's go!
You know, for me, it's all about performance.
First thing we need to talk about as the central mid and being off the ball is how you are the support player for all of these units over here in the width, at the bottom and on top. So you need to be able to get yourself into position nicely to support either below the half, above the half, or in the half spaces, so you can be the support player for the wide play. Another off the ball tip for the central midfielders is to pivot so that one can become an option for creation and the other can become an option to get the ball out and recycle once again. So if the ball is in a position like this here, where the ball is up high on the field, learning how to pivot there so that we've got a creative option here where we've got an overload, or if the ball needs to get out, we've got this man who can recycle the ball, allowing us to keep it, and the other one allowing us to be forceful in our attack. And we've already talked about just how critical that half space area is for the central mid and the way that they can attack and direct play. So getting into this half space here to create the overload, receiving the ball, driving. And the moment you start driving, it starts to pull defenders away from the typical man, and you can either use that as support, dribble pass, get yourself into the box, into shooting areas, or you can just have a nice lay-off, play 1-2s with the support players around you. And now let's talk about the central mid and their responsibilities when they need to defend. The first thing is you need to drop and protect that center. So fall down, get below the ball and protect that central space. That is the most crucial thing for the central midfielders. Making sure that you're dropping back together as a unit in shape and making sure that that central space is protected. Another crucial piece of defensive work for the central midfielders is when one presses, the other needs to tuck inwards. So if one of my central mids goes to press that ball which is in the half space and goes more to the left of the field, the other central mid needs to tuck in left to protect the space that has just been left, but as well as to not to create too big of a hole in the center. Certainly not least, as a central midfielder, you need to know when to man mark and when to protect the space. But you also need to take instruction from your coaches. So make sure that you know and you understand what is the difference between man marking, especially when the opposition is entering into the half, or zonal marking, making sure that you are just protecting the space in front of you so that you're forcing the opposition into certain situations. Now, let's go through some general advice for off the ball when you are a central midfielder. The very first thing for me is make sure that you are an option, or you are within space to be an option. And that is for an option when you are defending to help support the defense, and an option when you are attacking to help support the attack. Remember, you are in the center of the park, so you need to be able to connect up and down. So be sure that you are in communication with everyone around you as to how you can help them help the team. A second bit of advice is to make sure that you balance your attack and your defensive responsibilities. Yes, you get some players who are more attacking than they are defending, but right now it's the necessities of the team that need to come first. So, depending on the game and depending on what's necessary, be sure that you can balance both your attack and your defense when you are doing your up-down running. And speaking about that running nature in the game, as a central midfielder, generally the tempo of your game when you are moving up and down in support of attack, in support of defense, making sure that you are getting the ball linked between the strikers and the midfielders and defenders to the players out wide, you are in control of the tempo of the game. So depending on your movement, on your ability to get into space, out of space, and distribute that ball, it's the tempo in which you do it, which controls the BPM of your team. So be in control of that and make sure that it is your BPM that is driving the team forward. And that is all from me, guys, in terms of central mid and positioning. Thank you for staying tuned to this 3-part series. I hope I've been able to give you some helpful tips on how to operate in the guidelines, what to do on the ball, and how to operate off the ball. For more videos, just click in the links below in the descriptions or subscribe to the channel for a lot more to come from your favorite tactical football coach. That is all from me. I will see you again next time.